Good afternoon from Bali, everyone. It's Anifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today is my brother's death anniversary, so it's April 16th, and so of course he's on my mind, and I thought that's no better time for me to talk about happiness. And it might surprise you for you to think that I'm thinking about happiness on this important day for my mind, at least. It's this day is the day that has led me into all of the work that I do currently. So whether it's grief recovery, brain retraining, or Vedic teaching, I definitely feel that it was his experience on me that allowed me to grow in this beautiful way. And I see that as a soul blessing from him to me, and from me to him, is to encourage this video today even, just because it's all about happiness. It's about understanding happiness. And I wanted to start today with a quote from the Bhagavad Gita. And unfortunately, I don't have the exact spot that it was written, but I did find this recently, and I thought it was beautiful. It says, "The real sense of happiness is not cursing your destiny, not wanting every second to change your scene, to change another mind, but to change your own mind, to change the world." And isn't this incredible? Because I'd say that as I was growing up with my brother, he always knew that I was interested in healthcare, and he was very supportive and very loving about this direction. And I know that now, today, I do not have to think about how would he respond to the fact that I changed my style of my career, still working in healthcare. I don't. I have such a peace of knowing that he'd be so happy to see me happy doing the work that I am today. And he has inspired it all, which is so beautiful, because again, from something not so good, something fantastic has evolved. And this is his, in my opinion, continued soul energy working through me too, which is such a huge blessing for us all to understand. When we look at this quotation, a lot of people are wanting to change something. So, oh boy, if I could just live in a different home, if I could just have a different group of friends, and that's changing the scene. So this, every second is like, oh, well, if this was different, it would be better. It's not being in the now, it's not being in the present, and it's not appreciating what is here in this moment. To change another mind, so it could be changing our mind. I change my mind about, okay, I was going to do this, but I'm going to do this, and that happens on a daily basis. But it's often to change other people's minds that people have this idea of, if I could only get them to think this way. So whether parents think this way towards their children, whether children think this way towards their parents, whether friends with friends, practitioners to patients, or patients to practitioners, everywhere. If I could only get this person to change their mind of how they're doing whatever. And we spend so much energy in these areas, which really wastes our energy, which is not a good use of our energy, in my opinion, when that last part of that quotation says to change our own mind, to change the world. And this is to change the world, because when we change our own mind, our perspective changes. So certainly our world changes when we change our minds and how we look at things, but it also affects the energy that we put out into the world. And this is such a big deal. So of course, this is the impetus for all of my work. And today I want to thank my brother for that. I also want to thank everyone that has helped me in every single way, because more than ever, I'm understanding how important every interaction we have is, and how it does leave an impact on us in some way. Sometimes we're consciously aware of it, sometimes we are not. And I think the nicest thing is to focus on all of the things that are really helpful, that we can consciously be aware of, but also that certainty that there's a lot of energies that are helping us that we're not even consciously aware of. And that joy of that participation of an energy, of soul energy, that is just working to nurture us regularly. So then I thought I would also quote, some of you know that I really like Swami Chinmayananda, and he had a simple recipe for an equation, I guess, for joy. And the idea behind it is summed up in this other quotation by the Bhagavad Gita, and it says, the key to happiness is reduction of desires. The key to happiness is reduction of desires. So the formula that Swami Chinmayananda had given is the joy equals happiness experienced over happiness desired. Happiness experienced over happiness desired. So imagine if I have a lot of desires in that denominator number, and I've got some happiness that's been experienced, I have a lot of desires that haven't been experienced yet, I'm not going to feel so happy and that not joyful, right? So remember, joy equals that happiness experienced over happiness desired. Then if we think about, if I reduce my desires, I'm reducing the denominator. And I suspect I've probably been like this for some length of time now. I'm consciously aware of it, that, very simple things make me very happy. So in terms of, well, you now know about flowers and loving flowers, but there's a lot of things that I love that are just very simple. So a simple joke, a simple smile, a simple greeting, a simple pleasantry. I love that. And we might say that a lot of people love money. Now, some people will make this goal of, okay, if I can have some money, I'll be happy. So let's say their happiness achieved over happiness desired. So happiness desired is here. We're as students. We have very little money, perhaps, or many of us do. And in that time, we might have this desire of, if I had this much money, so always good to have like a number in mind that this would make me very happy. And when people reach that, the happiness achieved is the happiness desired. So this is how much money I want, and I achieved it, 100% happiness. What happens over time though? What was enough for yesterday, today I want a little bit more. Today I can say that, oh, well, it's because all the expenses are going up. The cost of living is going up. I have a child now, or I have 2 children, or I have aging parents, anything, and yet my happiness achieved is still the same. Now my desires have gone up. So now that my denominator is bigger, my overall joy is less. And so this is a really useful equation for us to remember so that we can understand what we can do to increase our joy by decreasing our desires. And I thought I'd finish with this final quotation, which I really think sums up what I'm saying today. It says, we are not rational creatures who feel. We are emotional creatures who rationalize. Okay, so we are not rational creatures who feel. We are emotional creatures who rationalize. So here it is. I want money. So that's a big thing that I'm taking as an example. Let's say I want money, and so my happiness achieved is I've got some money, but I want more money, so my denominator is high. And then, as I said in exactly the example that I gave, suddenly my expenses have gone up. Now I want more money. But I will rationalize, just like I did, cost of living is going up, and these are the extra dependents that I am taking care of, so my joy decreases. This is this not so rational thinking. We're not rational about, okay, so I keep these things down. If I keep my desires down, my happiness will always, my joy will always go up, because my happiness achieved will always be higher. And this is about anything that we desire, of course. So keep that low and recognize that each achievement leads to that 100% happiness. Many people have 100 desires and one measure of, okay, oh yeah, I've got 100 desires. I'm not aware that I've got 100 desires, but I'm thinking about, oh, I've had, one good thing has happened to me. So in that, if I say, 1 out of 100 desires, not so good. If I keep my desires low, I've got one desire at this moment is to make this video. Guess what? My happiness achieved is 100%. In this moment, my happiness achieved is 100%. I hope that you can work with this formula and think about these ideas that I'm sharing with you today, and recognize that today, for some people who have lost someone, whether a year ago or many years ago, today would be such a not easy day for them if they are remembering a death anniversary. To me, I'm remembering with joy because my happiness is not dependent on my brother being anywhere except where he is. So imagine that, where he is what I am most happy about, and that means 100% joy. So thank you so much for listening today. I hope you have a fantastic day ahead, and I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day or night, everyone.